Hey everybody, this is the welcome video for Math 171 B session Spring 2026. This class is going to be set up a bit differently than what you're probably used to. And we're only together for 8 weeks and we got a whole lot of content to go over. So I'm going to record a video here. I'm going to try to keep it to below 20 minutes. We'll see, covering the policies and procedures of how the class works, so you can be comfortable focusing in on the course content. Please make every effort to watch this video by the first day of class. Students who miss the welcome video tend to be pretty confused and tend to have a pretty difficult time in the course. And I really want to stress to you that I'm here as a support. I want to see everybody be successful in the class, and we will go over some ways in which I can help you. But if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, please reach out. I'm happy to help. So let's look at the class, and you will be able to see pretty quickly how this class is set up different than many classes here at Forsyth Tech. So we are using Canvas. Canvas is like Blackboard, but a different platform. Blackboard and Canvas are both LMSs, learning management systems. Canvas is the learning management system that's used by a lot of the public schools in and around Winston-Salem. So a lot of students do come to Forsyth Tech familiar with Canvas. This is my first time using it, first time teaching with it. I'm in student preview mode right now, which looks a little bit different than what you will see, but is similar. You can access this through Blackboard. So in Blackboard, you can click on our class and there's a link that will take you over. It should land you right here on the Home tab in our course. But if you don't want to access through Blackboard, it might be just a little bit quicker to access using forsythtech.instructor.com. In the fall, the plan is for every class to use Canvas instead of Blackboard. We are an early adopter. So you might be able to teach me some stuff because this is my first time using the platform, but I think I have everything set up right. We will see. If I have an issue, I will try to fix it quickly and I will try to let you know. When you first log in, and I encourage, please do this the very first day, you're going to see a Start Here folder, similar to how your courses should be set up in Blackboard. And then you'll see modules. And the modules are going to have these little locks on them. And there's 8 modules, 1 module for each week of class. It's an 8-week class. You'll see that there's a prereq set on each module. And it says Start Here, and then Start Here says Complete 1. You need to complete the course entry assignment in order to be able to access the other course content. So I really encourage you, please click through and complete the course entry assignment on the very first day. So we're going to do that here on the video. I have noticed that it's a little bit slow. You got to give it a minute to load here. But it's going to be just one true-false question. How you answer does not make a difference. So I'm going to say false. You just need to answer it. Hit submit. And it's being a little bit laggy here. There we go. Okay. Now if I go back to the home page, we'll see that everything is unlocked. Yep. Okay. I'm going to jump back and forth a bit. Another thing that's a little different between Canvas and Blackboard is that in Blackboard we usually put the syllabus in the Start Here folder, but we have a separate page for the syllabus. Coincidentally here it also has a course summary of assignments, and on the right side it has a nice calendar, little calendar thing up here, but on the right side it also tells you how your grade will be calculated. But yes, we have this document here. I have it open right here. And actually, before we jump into this document, let's just highlight some other tabs. Different courses can have different pages. I left the page for Office 365. I don't really know if you will need that, but for this course, but having a nice uh, having the Office suite on your computer, having access to Microsoft Word, PowerPoint is very helpful in college. And since we are a Microsoft school, you can get the Microsoft suite for free using Office 365. The modules here is the same as what you have in the home, the syllabus here. And then grades are important. You can keep track of where you stand in the course. And then the calculations down here can be really helpful. I'm going to mention this just because you're able to see it right here. You need to complete the course entry assignment in order to stay in the class and in order to have access to the materials. If you don't complete the course entry assignment, you're automatically withdrawn from the course. But it has no effect on your grade. We'll go into this in a second, but the homework assignments are 16% of your grade. Each lab is worth as much as each test, but there's a lab each week and there's a test every other week. So that's why tests are worth twice, or that's why overall labs are worth twice as much as tests. Okay, let's actually look at the syllabus here. So on the syllabus, you see the section number, and just to be clear, I am looking at this document right here on the top of the page. I just downloaded it and opened it. Okay, this is B session spring. We start March 16th. We run until the first week in May. The first 2 days of class are add drop. So if this class isn't going to be a good fit for you, please get this worked out by the 17th because you're not able to change sections after that. And then the last day you can withdraw is April 17th. The course is 100% online and has no scheduled meetings. It would be considered self-paced. I go by my middle name, Mr. Lee, and email is absolutely the best way to get in touch with me. I have 2 offices, one on main campus and one at the transportation center. I'm not regularly near my phone. But I work hard to get in touch with, respond to students at the most within 24 hours, but oftentimes I can get back to you in 10 or 20 minutes. There's my office at the transportation center. I do have a student hour each day, but I can usually get in touch with students quicker than that. So if you want me to email with you, if you want to talk on the phone, if you want to meet virtually over Zoom, or if you want to meet in person, please reach out and let me know. I can usually get to you quicker than what my office posted student hours say. Okay, Mr. Washington is my supervisor. Here's the course description. I'll let you read that on your own. I will make sure we meet it. There is no prereq, but there is a co-req for this class. Some of you placed into the co-req, some of you did not. If you placed into the co-req, make sure you're taking care of business, because if you are dropped from the co-req, you are automatically dropped. You're automatically dropped from my class. I definitely have had students that are unhappy with that situation. There's not much I can do. So please make sure if you're in the co-req, you're taking care of business and keeping up with your work over there. Okay, these are the student learning outcomes. I will make sure we meet them. There is no physical textbook to buy, but the textbook is provided for free over Canvas in this class. Here's the learning objectives. I have lecture videos right here. These would be similar to what the lessons I would use if I was in class. Then you have the textbook link for each section below that. If you want a physical copy of the textbook, I can send you the Amazon link, but the text is provided for free. And then there's additional video lessons here, and then the homeworks. The homework platform we use is called MyOpenMath. MyOpenMath is integrated with Canvas, so it's single logon. There's no separate logon for MyOpenMath. You get unlimited attempts on each question, so let's purposely get this question wrong for a few times. When you get a question wrong, you can click the Get a Similar Question button. You'll notice that the number of similar questions is ticking down. I say unlimited. Really, you get 100 attempts. I have never had a student in good faith burn through 100 attempts on a homework question. If you are the first, let me know and we'll work something out. When you get a question correct, you get full credit for that question. So there's no penalty for burning through attempts. You can jump around the homeworks. You can leave and come back. If you budget enough time and enough support, you can have a really strong homework grade that's going to set a really strong foundation for you in this class. So here I'm in MyOpenMath, but it's fully integrated into Canvas. There's no separate logon. You don't necessarily know when you're jumping from Canvas to MyOpenMath and then back to Canvas. But yeah, important dates. The last day to withdraw from B-Session classes is April 17th. If you're not participating in a course, it's normally better to withdraw than to earn an F. Universal Guidelines and Procedures link is here. We are using a 10-point grading scale. There are 4 tests in the class, each worth 7%. Homeworks are only worth 16%. There were 8 labs in the class, each worth 7%. Each lab is worth as much as each test. Labs are very much putting together a project, putting together a presentation that shows meaningful interaction with the course content. Labs are the biggest pitfall for students in this course. Students who are not budgeting the time they need to turn in strong lab assignments really struggle. And labs are not designed to be last minute things. You know, they're due at 11:55. If you start them at 11, you are not going to be successful in this course. They require more time and attention than starting at 11 p.m. So, okay, let's just talk about this a little bit. Unlimited attempts on each homework question. Tests, there's only 4 tests. They're worth 7% each. You can comfortably fail every test and still pass the class comfortably. There's a 60-minute time limit. Tests are not cumulative. So if we look at, say, week 4 down here, module 4, this test, test 2, only covers the content since test 1. All of the test questions come directly from the homework assignments. Tests are open note, open book. You're welcome to use Desmos for your calculator. I ask that you not use AI resources or human resources on the test. But otherwise, it's open note, open book, 60-minute time limit. You take it at home. There is no proctoring service. We are not using HonorLock. Okay, labs. Labs are a big deal. Labs are the biggest pitfall for students. Students who do not give labs the time and attention that they need struggle in the course. There are 8 labs, 1 lab assignment each week. There are 3 different types of labs. 4 of the labs are video demonstrations. The lab for week 1 is a video demonstration. We can open that up for a second. For the video demonstration, you're given 2 homework problems. And the inspiration for this lab is Khan Academy videos. This is your opportunity to make an instructional video. Your opportunity to strut your stuff and to teach the material in a similar way as like a Khan Academy video, or a lot of the homework questions have help videos with them. It's your opportunity, I clicked on the wrong thing. It's your opportunity to make a help video. I clicked on the wrong thing again, okay. Let's go to the homework assignment, here we go. Yeah, let's resume. Let's find something that has a nice help video. Yeah, so here's a help video. you're going to make your own help video. There's 4 videos, video demonstrations throughout the course. In the instructions, I provide a guided example. I also provide some instructions for things that I want you to include. So like for this first one, I want you to explain factoring clearly for the first question, not to jump to the factored form, but I want you to actually explain, hey, how do you take this quadratic and factor it? I want you to draw a number line to illustrate the domain, and I want you to use good interval notation. For the second question, I want you to hand draw the graph, highlight the domain and range. All this is explained in the guided example, but your video demonstrations, they need to be on pen or pencil and paper. If you want to have someone else hold the camera for you, that's fine. Sometimes that's helpful. It needs to be your voice explaining the question. Your verbal instruction is important. I also want to see you working out the question on video, not have it pre-written and then you sort of talking about it. I want to see you talk and chalk. Okay, I want to see you working the question and talking through it at the same time. There's not a practical way for me to check your videos because video files are large, and one of the issues that students have is that they record long videos and then they wait to the last minute to upload them and they run out of time to upload their videos. So I also want to point out here in Canvas, you can upload media, so you can record from your phone and then upload. I will say uploading from a laptop goes better than uploading from directly from your cell phone, or you can just record directly into Canvas, which is what a lot of students choose to do because it takes out sort of the middle step. Okay, there's not a practical way for me to check your video, but I'm happy to check your, I call it the script. You should not be working these questions for the first time on camera. Work the questions, write out your work, send me your work, snap a picture of your work, email it to me. I can check it. I can tell you, hey, you left out your number line. That's something I'm looking for. Add the number line for the first question. Or, hey, you didn't highlight the domain and range. Or, hey, you have a sign mistake. Or, hey, you didn't explain factoring. You jumped straight to the factored form. I'm happy to check your work, check your script before you record. Students that have me check their scripts ahead of time do really well on this lab. Students who don't let me check their scripts struggle. So I'm happy to check your scripts. I also explained that in the guided example. Okay, the other 2 types of, I'm working quick, I got 2 minutes left. There are 2 Desmos picture labs. I have a video for that as well if we open up that lab assignment. And I'm happy to check those. If you email me the URL before you submit it, I can check it and tell you whether you're good or whether you need to fix something. And then there are 2 written labs. 2 labs you'll write out on with pencil and paper, or pen and paper, then take a picture of your papers and upload them. I'm happy to check those for you as well if you email them to me ahead of time. Labs are graded on a steep scale. 4 out of 4 means everything is good. 3 out of 4 means there's a minor mistake, but it's not what I would consider a conceptual mistake. I watch your video or I look at your lab and there's an issue, but I feel confident that you understand the material. 2 out of 4 means there's a major issue. Something's going on that makes me uncomfortable. I think you need to spend more time with this topic. 1 out of 4 means that it's less than 100% correct. 0 out of 4 means that it's either not turned in, less than half complete, or it's not gradable. So like you didn't submit a video that I was able to watch, or you didn't submit handwritten work. You have like a Word document that's typed up. That's not gradable. So I'm happy to check your labs for you. Labs are a big pitfall for this course, so I want to see you giving a lot of time to them. Also, the college offers free tutoring. I will be sending out information on tutoring, and with tutoring, you can sit down and work with somebody one-on-one and get really granular support. That's a little bit difficult for me to give with a class this big. Okay, happy to check your labs for you. College has an AI policy. For this class, you're welcome to use AI tools as an assistance for learning the homework, but you may not use AI tools on the tests, and your labs need to be self-created work. And I have students who are really struggling in my section right now because instead of providing self-created work on the labs, they're trying to AI their way through them. And that's just not a recipe for success. Um, and with things like the instructional videos, I can tell within 10 seconds whether you know the material or not, or whether you copied and pasted the question into an AI bot and now you're trying to struggle through explaining it. It becomes pretty apparent pretty quick. So there's no blanket late policy for the class. We have a lot to go through here, guys. We got multiple assignments due each week. But if you have extenuating circumstances, you're sick, your child's sick, court, keep me in the loop and I can work with you. Keep me in the loop and I can work with you if you have extenuating circumstances. There's no extra credit. A lot of the stuff, if you're inactive for 14 days, you will be withdrawn. I will work really hard to get back to you quickly. Here's some tutoring information. I will send out more. Okay, if you print one thing this semester, and I know I've gone over 20 minutes, I'm sorry. Print this pacing guide at the end of the syllabus. With the exception of today and the last week, it's a little weird. You have a homework assignment due every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night. I recommend budgeting 2 hours for those homework assignments. And then you have a lab due every Thursday. These are not assignments that are designed to be started last minute. These are assignments that take time. And then every other week, every 2 weeks, you have a unit test that's due on Friday. Nothing due over the weekends. If you can print one thing, I encourage you to print this last page. So I think that's the highlights. I am happy to check your lab work if you email it to me. Please make sure you're budgeting the time you need to be successful in the course. Please reach out if I can help, if you have any questions or you have any concerns. I'm excited to have you in the class.